All right, typically we'd end it after the 5 Power 5 conferences, but in basketball, honestly, it's Power 6 because the Big East is always really, really good. Obviously, the Big East is also really only a basketball conference. I think it is only a basketball conference. I don't think the Big
I
East,
don't think there is a Big East in football.
uh, but it's good in basketball, so there's that. Always been a historic conference with obviously the likes of their big boys like Georgetown, UConn, Syracuse, who's now an ACC member. All those big boys. But
Villanova.
Villanova obviously has been really, really good. So let's go to the Big East tournament. Number 8 Georgetown versus number 9 Marquette. Both teams are garbage. Give me Georgetown.
Yeah, we so that we know, we actually did forget to do the bubble episode
Oh yeah.
for. So we'll kind of technically just like say what we think about these teams. For the record, Georgetown Marquette, they're gonna have to win the tournament if they want to make it to the NCAA tournament. I'll take Marquette. I think they're a little bit better than Georgetown. They both suck, but Marquette's slightly better. At least they've beaten Wisconsin. Georgetown's beaten no one.
Yeah. Um, I guess, yeah. We move on to the next matchup, number 6 Providence versus number 11 DePaul. After just taking a slight glance at DePaul's schedule and what they've done, yeah, give me Providence in a landslide.
um, Providence does have a win against Creighton on the year. Other than that, they don't really have a whole lot else. Oh, they do have a win over UConn and Villanova. I forgot they beat Villanova. So Providence has some decent wins,
And they're
but
playing DePaul.
yeah, Providence is going to need a lot more wins if they want to make it to the NCAA tournament. DePaul is 4-13. They're not going anywhere. They're going to get smoked by Providence. It will not be pretty. I think Providence easily moves on to the next round in a landslide.
And then Xavier and Butler. Decent matchup. Butler has not looked that great this year, though. Xavier has had its ups and downs, but give me Xavier.
Xavier's conference record is strangely very bad. I expected a little more out of Xavier, but their conference record has been very poor. They do have a 22-point win over Oklahoma, so that looks very good on their resume. Um, Other than that, they have wins over Creighton, and they never played Villanova, so they don't have a game against Villanova. But really, those are their two big wins, beating Oklahoma by 22 and then beating Creighton in different games. So Xavier definitely needs some more wins on their resume. As of right now, I believe they're like on just like barely on the right side of the bubble. As they play Butler, though, Butler will have to win the tournament of the Big East to make it to the NCAA tournament.
And they won't.
They're not Xavier. Xavier moves on in a easy win for them.
All right, so for you, you've got Villanova Marquette. Who do you got there? Who do you
Well,
got?
between Georgetown and Marquette, I don't really think it matters who plays Villanova. I think Nova easily moves on to the next round. They are missing two starters, though, Justin Moore and Colin Gillespie. I don't know if Moore is going to be playing in next game. I know he has a serious injury. Obviously, Colin Gillespie torn MCL, won't be playing for the rest of the year. So big losses there for the Villanova Wildcats. It still won't matter, Marquette or Georgetown, regardless. I think they move on. But I haven't played Marquette, so Villanova moves on.
You know, in the last bracket we did, I had the 8 seed beat the number 1 seed with a V in their name. Yeah, not this time. I'm not gonna scare you like that. I'm not.
Like...
I'm joking. I'm not gonna take. See, Syracuse has a reputation of upsetting Virginia Tech or Virginia. Georgetown. Sorry, give me Villanova. That one's not that hard. All right, number 4 St. John's versus number 5 Seton Hall. I didn't know St. John's was doing so well. I don't know how well they actually are, so give me the Pirates, just because I don't know anything about St. John's. Besides, I don't ever trust them.
Well, St. John's, they are severely lacking really a quality win over really like anybody. They do have a win over UConn. Um, they have a win over Villanova too. Wow, really? Okay. So they have wins over UConn, Villanova, and that's pretty much it. They have also beaten Seton Hall. So St. John's does have a decent amount of okay wins. Definitely need some more to make the NCAA tournament. Seton Hall, pretty much the exact same case. They are missing a lot of quality wins. They've also lost a lot of games that they shouldn't have lost. So Seton Hall definitely needs to get some games together, get some big time wins if they want to make the tournament, because I believe they're on the outside looking in. This is really hard to choose because both of these teams are very good. In my opinion, I think they're both pretty solid. But I'll pick Seton Hall as they are right outside the bubble and they are looking to get in. I think Seton Hall pulls off a very close game. That should be very fun to watch. I am definitely going to watch it if I can.
It's the 4-5 matchup. The 4-5 matchups are always really, really good. UConn Providence. You're up.
For Providence, we had talked about what their bubble situation is. UConn is essentially a lock. They have the wins to be able to get in pretty easily. I don't see Providence pulling off this one. I think the Huskies move on pretty easily. I know that's not going to make Swerbenski happy, but James Bouknight has come back for the Huskies and has been very good. So I'm taking UConn to move on pretty easily.
Boo! You know, I've been contemplating picking Providence just because I don't know a lot about UConn. But you know what? I'm going to give it to UConn. I'm gonna trust your judgment here. I'm going to give it to UConn.
For the record, UConn has a win over USC, so that helps.
All right, Creighton versus Xavier. Xavier's been playing pretty well. I never really trust Creighton too much, but here I do trust Creighton. Give me Creighton over Xavier.
We already talked about Xavier, where they are in the bubble. Creighton is a lock for the NCAA tournament, as well as Villanova. If I didn't make that one clear, they're both Creighton and Villanova.
Yeah, I would think Villanova's a lock.
Yeah, Nova, Creighton, both are locks for the tournament. UConn very likely is as well. Xavier is fighting for a tournament spot. They beat Butler. Creighton is always all over the place. I never trust the Creighton Blue Jays, and I do not trust them to win this game. I think the Musketeers pull off a big-time upset. This is going to be big time for Xavier, and this will put them in the NCAA tournament. They don't pass in the opportunity. They knock off the Creighton Blue Jays.
I don't know what this man has against Creighton. It's like Creighton is the new Green Bay Packers to him. He never picks them. If he has to pick them, he never does. I don't know.
Creighton always blows up at like the one time you actually think they're going to win. They never win the games they're supposed to. And then they win the games, they lose the games that they're supposed to win.
They win the games they're supposed to lose the games they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
All right, for both of us, it's going to be Villanova Seton Hall. Seton Hall is fighting for a tournament spot, but I don't think it's enough even with two starters out to beat Villanova.
I think that's mine. I think you picked St. John's.
No, I picked Seton Hall.
Oh, you did?
I know I picked Seton Hall. Me pick St. John's? I would never pick St. John's. But yeah, give me Villanova in this one. It'll be a close game, but I don't think Seton Hall has enough, even with two Villanova starters out.
Seton Hall and Villanova always tend to have very close games. In one episode, I can't remember which one it was, but they were showing like what the past Villanova games had been like, and it said I think that like the last 6 or 7 meetings have been decided by like 3 points or less. So Villanova and Seton Hall always seems to deliver. and with a very close game, which is normally Duke and North Carolina, but that was not the case on Saturday. But I think this should be a very fun game once again. Villanova, Seton Hall delivers with another close game. And due to Villanova, if Villanova was not missing 2 starters, I would be picking them. But with a lot of guys missing, and with Seton Hall trying to fight for a tournament spot, I think Seton Hall goes ahead and pulls off the up. I think a lot of upsets in the Big East, but this is a league that's been all over the place. And with Villanova missing a lot of starters, coming off that loss of Providence, they're not very high on themselves right now. I pick Seton Hall to move forward.
All right. And my semifinal will be Creighton versus UConn. Screw UConn. Give me the Blue Jays. And your Big East semifinal. UConn versus Xavier.
Yep. Xavier gained the win that they desperately needed versus Creighton. Here's another opportunity they have against UConn. I don't see it happening in this one. UConn pulls off a very close win. Xavier will put up a very good fight, but I think James Bouknight carries UConn to another big-time win and a very good one for UConn.
Mm-hmm. And UConn gets the win there. So for you, you've got UConn Seton Hall. Who would you got winning the Big East? I feel like the Big East could literally be any of like the top 5 teams besides St. John's.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that one. Big East is pretty even with the teams below, kind of like Villanova and Creighton and really UConn. I think everyone else is pretty much like head and shoulders. They're pretty much just the exact same. There's nothing different. But my championship is UConn and Seton Hall. Seton Hall, coming off a big win against Villanova, seems to probably have secured themselves a spot in the NCAA tournament. UConn keeps rolling with James Bouknight, takes the Big East tournament championship home. I think they knock off Seton Hall in a close one.
Garbage! And you know what? Just for that, give me Creighton. I was gonna pick Creighton regardless. I don't trust Creighton too much, but I think over Xavier, I trust him a bit more. I think I don't trust UConn enough, and then I think Creighton has just enough to beat Villanova with both of their 2 starters missing. So give me Creighton in a close one against Villanova. I think the underhandedness the understaff, Villanova being understaffed hurts them a lot. But that's going to be it. I have Creighton. He has UConn. Neither of us have Villanova.
And that's the sole reason I'm picking Seton Hall.
Yeah.
If Villanova had their starters, I'd be picking Villanova. But due to their starters missing, I'm going with Seton Hall.
That's the only reason I even contemplated picking Seton Hall. But thank you all so much for watching. That was the Big East. So that's going to be it. Obviously, all these videos are going to be kind of coming out during championship week. We're going to try to have one a day for championship week. And then after that, Selection Sunday. I'm thinking we're going to do 2 separate episodes, one for each of our brackets, because I don't want to do 2 entire brackets in one video. That is way too many games. Alright, but thank you all so much for watching. Peace out.